there. So today we are going to talk about something that you've asked about. It will be a shorter video, but it will cover everything you need to know. So what I am holding in my hand is, or rather are, cellophane sheets. Just to be clear, this is not real cellophane. Cellophane is a plant-based material, plant-based sheets, but what I have here is an OPP, which is, I am not going to try to pronounce it, and this is what you want to look for when you are buying protection foil for your dust jackets. Okay, let me put this all aside because it is quite heavy, even though it doesn't look like this, and we will dig into the topic a bit more. Okay, I'm going to put this aside. As you saw, I had quite a few of the rolls of those cellophane sheets, because I am using them for every single dust jacket that I buy. Where the idea even came from. So I have here Goldsboro Books edition, and their books arrive already wrapped in something like this. When I received first few books, I didn't make a connection and I didn't think to protect all of them, but over time I decided that I've noticed like little damages to the dust jackets and I wanted to protect them. So Goldsboro Books editions were the first thing that came to my mind, and I've been looking at that foil and I've been like, okay, this looks like cellophane. Let me be clear, back then I had no idea what I should look at and whether it would be safe for my books or no. It looked like something I already knew, like already saw when, you know, in the shop during Christmas season, when they've been packing all those presents into clear foils. For me, that was cellophane, so that's what I bought. With time, I've realized that I might have made a huge mistake, because what is commonly referred to cellophane is clear sheets of foil, but this foil can be made out of different materials, and the OPP one, which I have in here, is safe for your books because it's not bleeding chemicals into your books over time. So this is not PVC. If you are looking for something like this and you see it is PVC made, stay away from that, because that is actual plastic that will bleed chemicals over time into your books. It's not safe for storing food. This one is, so it is also safe for storing books. You can look for archival grade cellophane to protect your books, but this does its job as well. I have here sheets of with size 50 centimeters to 70 centimeters. It does look white, mostly because there are a lot of them in one place. But now if I take one, see, it is clear. It does reflect the light, but it is clear. So this is what I've been using to wrap my books. This size works best for the special editions that we buy. You need to cut a bit of an excess at the end once you fold it, but that is all. And it also works for some bigger and chunkier books. Oh, give me a second. This is the biggest one that I own, and that is part of the Inheritance series, and this is the Broken Binding edition. It is huge, and that foil was enough, even keeping the margins in here. See, I have two dust jackets in here, and it works for both. I did not come across a book yet that the 50 at 70 centimeters white sheet did not fit. It was too small. So that is something worth remembering. I know some people are buying it in one huge roll and they cut it as they go. I honestly prefer this one, because then I have just one cut at the end and nothing more. Plus, it's easier to store in those little rolls, like multiple of them, because I buy them in hundreds. And so it's easier to store them this way, at least for me. Also, I buy these in rolls of 50, so 50 per one like this. I have an opened one in here. I am using it to protect all of my dust jackets, But I've been recently, I've been from the very beginning wondering if I can use it for my naked editions, because I've noticed, like, by putting it onto the shelf and taking it back, that the foils tend to get scratched. And I've been trying different approaches. My first tries, I don't even have it because I just threw it away, were terrible, but I recently had an idea how I could approach it, and today I am going to show you this idea. And I can already tell you that the result is quite decent, so I will have to work on this and improve it slightly, also get a hand on how I should keep it in place so it doesn't move, but I think it has potential. Okay, what else should I have said? So look for a cellophane that is OPP. It's in sheets. It's safe for your books, storing over time. If you want, when you're buying those sheets, you can ask the seller what it is made of, and you can ask if it is acid-free. If it is, it's what you're looking for. Yeah, I still need to show you how to fold it, and I think that covers everything. It is not a long topic, and by the way, I am in no way an expert in the topic. This is something that I use for my books for over 2 years. I've used already hundreds of these, so if I destroy my books, that is on me. I am not forcing anyone to use it. It's just you've asked what I do, so this is it. And this is what I am looking at when buying those foils. So the OPP, commonly known as cellophane foils. Okay, one more thing, but we'll get to that at the end. Now, let me show you how I actually fold it. All you need is a table or a floor, whatever. You need some kind of flat surface. You need your foil, your cellophane, and you need scissors. Preferably very sharp scissors, because then you don't have to actually cut it. You just cut it and drag it, which is nicer. It gives you a straighter edge without any ridges and so on. Okay, so let's get to packing. So the process is very simple. You basically lay your cellophane sheets flat, because they are rolled. Mine, I need to straighten this thing here. It won't be an issue, but it's always better to have it as straight as possible. Now, I have a book in here. Now, I'm taking the dust jacket off, because for now, this is all we need. Okay, let me move it here slightly. See, the edge of the sheet is in here. I am always leaving a bit of a margin, because it's always nice to have this margin that it doesn't end exactly at your dust jacket edge. Now, what I'm doing is I am holding the dust jacket flat as possible. Now I'm taking one of the sheets and I am bending it. Starting from the middle, I'm doing my best to have a straight edge. So make it flat in here, make the bend, the crease now, and now we have one side done. No glue, nothing. Now I am doing exactly the same thing. I am holding it with my hand. I am taking the bottom part of the sheet and I am wrapping it exactly the same way, but this time I am holding with my fingers the top bottom stretched as much as possible, so I don't have an excess in here or in here. You want this to fit your dust jacket as nicely as possible. And now crease both sides. You can move your fingers as you go. And well, that's it. As far as the protection of the dust jacket goes, here it is. That's all you have to do. Now, take your book, because it's always easier to fit it to a book. See, I am putting it exactly in the center on the spine of the dust jacket, opening this one up, bending this one. So the front of the book is done. Now I am also trying to move this as close together so I don't have a new crease in here. Now I have too much of the foil left, so at the end, sharp scissors, Now what I'm doing is I am grabbing it here in the middle where it's folded together. I am keeping it in here, and now with my sharp scissors I'm just cutting and dragging it through to the top. I don't really care about it being a straight edge as long as it is shorter. See, and now I have a margin in here, so it is really nicely folded. Now let's align the dust jacket, and that's it, perfectly folded. Now after some time those folds will fit, you know. Let me take a book that has already a foil put for some time. Now, do you see it keeps its shape? If I take the dust jacket off, I can do it easily. See, it keeps its shape. So all the creases are here. So if you by any reason decide to go in and take the foils off the dust jacket, and you are a perfectionist like I am, you won't be able to reuse them because you'll have the creases in wrong places. So let me straighten it back, see, and it aligns perfectly. I don't even have to put the book inside because it already is used to the shape. Okay, so as far as the jacket goes, this is it. Fairly simple process. Now I am going to show it to you once again, and in the meantime, please don't be discouraged if it won't be a perfect tight fit at the very first try. It took me a lot of time to actually well, it took me a lot of time to, you know, get used to this bending, keeping it in here so I don't have to use glue. So as I said, please don't be discouraged. I have no idea which books were first for me, so I won't be able to show you my first attempts. But yes, it wasn't always that perfect. See, sometimes I'm leaving a slightly too big margin. Will it fit? No, it won't. Okay. I need to move the dust jacket to the side slightly. Up. Now crease it once again, and now let's put it in here. Up. Yeah, now it's better. Now the other side, I need to cut quite a lot of it, but I don't mind. Yeah, cutting, and now folding. And again, see, the more you do it, the quicker it will become as a process. Okay. I've also been playing with naked editions. Okay, so my latest idea for a naked edition was something like that. Today we are trying it together. Okay, so here, yep. So I am taking a margin in here, so it's folded in here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the book. I am taking the foil I am interested in, and I am cutting diagonally towards the spine. 1 and 2. It doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to crease where you want it and bend where you want it. I don't see a spine in here, so let's try it this way. 1 and 2. So I'm basically making triangles of this. Now let's try to do something like this. Let's get back to the beginning. Now I am going to fold this one in here. Yep, I've cut it wrong because it's not folding correctly. Okay, so this is one part. Now I am holding it, I will keep holding it here, and now the bottom one. Okay, for now it looks pretty decent. I'm going to close this one so the bend stays. Now let's put it all together. Oh, how do I put it there? Okay, Now the other side. So I will definitely have to cut the excess of the dust jacket, well, of the cellophane foil. Even slightly more. Okay, let's cut this because that is way too much. Put it aside. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is bend it here. Now it's here. And the bottom, exactly the same thing. So it is cut better in here, so it actually fits way better. Okay, and now I am left with those flip-flops. And my idea was to actually bend these this way. Hop. And inside. So it will be closed by the sides of the hardcover, and it will slightly protect the edges. And also this part of the spine. So let's try to do it. Just a reminder, I am doing it for the first time. That's why it's so wonky, because the idea popped in my head just recently. Okay, let me open it. I am going to hold it in here. Now, can I do it both sides at the same time? I don't think so, so let's try one side and then the other. Okay. Wait, that actually worked. Okay, so as you can see, it's not perfect because I need to think on it slightly more. But that is actually the best approach on the naked edition I actually had so far. I don't have my first attempt. You wouldn't want to see it. But yeah, I need to improve this part here, so it doesn't end up being like this at the top and at the bottom. At the bottom part is the most important because it needs to slide on the bookshelf bed. But wow, that's pretty decent. Though that is still a work in progress, as you saw, because we've been doing it together. Now, if you saw anyone protecting their naked editions like this, please let me know. I will gladly look at someone who already has experience with this. But as always, I don't want to use any glue or any tape. It doesn't matter if it's safe or not. I don't want to use it. I'd rather have it packed like this. Okay, so that's how you do it. Naked edition, at least I guess how you do it with the naked edition, but definitely how you do it with the dust jacket. So enjoy. So as you've just seen, we have the dust jacket packed perfectly. I already have a experience with this because as I said, I've packed hundreds of books already. So it is for me a very quick process, and I go book by book, and it takes mere minutes. And yeah, I actually find, compared to my first approaches, that this is a really decent result. And I have quite a few naked editions. I am going to continue doing this and improving on my process. And I think overall, I will get a hand of this. And I will really like it. Because so far, even though it's not perfect, there's too much loose foil in here and in here, I am happy with the result because the parts that I wanted protected are protected. I am even tempted to put it on all of my hardcovers. I've already spent hours going backwards with all of my desk jackets. Now, do I want to do the same thing for hardcovers? I need to think of this. But what is important, not only the front, the spine and the back is protected, but those edges. And that is something that can get damaged over time by just sliding the book in and out. It also depends on what shelves you have. But mine are not perfectly even, so they do damage the books. Though, since I've noticed this, I already covered the the shelves with like this protective clear film as well. Yeah. Let's not get into this today, okay? So yeah, I think I will definitely cover all of my naked edition this way, and hopefully my process improves over time. Whether I will do the same for all the hardcovers under the dust jackets, God, I don't know. Though it is a possibility because there's one more thing that I actually started considering protecting. Give me a sec. So, some books come in slipcases. I am missing 3 books in here, so it would be filled nicely. By the way, naked edition, and the foil came off here, and somewhere here, somewhere here at the front, at the letters. So you see where all of this comes from, right? I am reading my books, so some kind and some degree of damage is unfortunately a part of that process, and you will never be able to protect your books like completely. I mean, you can encapsulate them in acrylic cases and never open them, true, but these are books and I still want to read them, so that is not something that I'm going to do. But back to the slipcase. So it is exactly the same slipcase as with the naked editions. So this goes into the shelves, and this part gets damaged as well as the bottom. Yes, I did try to pack one of my slipcases the same way I did naked edition, and that was one of the early tries, and I don't have it. I threw it away. Now I regret it, because that would be a nice way to show you that sometimes you start with a complete and total failure. So yes, I would like to protect it somehow as well, and preferably in a way that I can easily remove it and I don't use any glue or any tape, so I don't have any additional chemicals potentially bleeding into my books. So yeah, for now I have no idea how to approach this. I do have quite a few slipcases already. I really enjoy them, especially if they are on the naked editions, because they give you this extra layer of protection, but then the slipcase gets destroyed as well. So there is not really a perfect solution. There are even slipcases that protect not only naked edition, but a book in a dust jacket. So you have a book in a dust jacket that goes into the slipcase. Amazing, I must admit, but yeah, still the same issue. Slipcase gets damaged. So this thing, protecting this thing, well, not actually this particular one because it's ugly, but protecting the slipcases is also somewhere in my mind. If you found someone who already figured that part out, then let me know. I will gladly watch their videos and how-tos and all of that stuff. So yeah, for today, this is all I wanted to tell you. Remember, if you will be looking for those cellophane sheets, this will be probably called cellophane foil, because that's how it's called where I'm buying this. But you want to ask the seller what it's made of, and that it's OPP. So polypropylene. The name is in the description and it's been shown on the screen a few minutes before, so double check it. Do not buy PVC foils, because that is plastic. And you can also buy through cellophane as well, but this works perfectly. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I will gladly answer all of them. If you need further instructions, also let me know down below. If you are from Poland and you don't know where to buy it, I can send you a link to Allegro where I buy these. But as always, this is your responsibility to check what it's made of, because it may change over time. I ask every single time, even though I do have let's call it a trusted seller. So yeah, that's it for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video and it will help you protecting your special editions and all of the books for the future. And yep, thanks, bye bye.